Hello, and welcome to our International Pavilion bid summary presentation. I'm Ryan Ruoff. My colleagues and myself make up Super Steel Studs. Today, we will be focusing on the logistical preparedness of our company as well as general scheduling overview for the scope of work as it is assigned. Our general bid summary as it follows. Total cost of project, $100,064,886.27. Total tons of steel, 791.8. Start of project, March 1st, 2021. Mobilization of project, March 12th, 2021. Duration of scope of work, 51 days. Duration of on-site work, 39 days. Next to speak is my colleague Cade Allen to give you more information on the scope of work for this project.
Hello, I'm Cade Allen, and I'll be discussing with you in greater detail the specifics of the scope of work assigned to Super Steel Studs. For this project, Super Steel Studs fully understands the requirements and submittals necessary for the scope of work, which includes steel joist framing, steel decking, and metal fabrications, as well as miscellaneous metal items. Logistical management was carefully considered and encompasses the delivery and procurement of materials, site logistics and safety plans, scope of work for erection sequencing, and also other miscellaneous logistical issues. Next up, we have Matt Underwood, who will be giving a greater look at the logistical issues tackled by Super Steel Studs in order to successfully complete this project.
Thank you, Cade, for that scope of work. Well, if you don't know already, my name is Matt Underwood, and I will be discussing the overall site logistics plan and the erection plan of our project. First, let's talk about the overall site logistics plan. We can see from the little map where the building will be placed, and everything our group decided that we felt would make sense on a site logistics plan. The crane erection, the load and unload zone, and then the laydown are the three main things we're going to look at. We can see the laydown is to the left of the building, which would be towards the western side, while both of the crane erection and load and unload sign are towards the south. Trucks will enter from the enter sign, go straight up, unload. With that said, trucks will have the steel picked right out of their bed from the crane. We can move on to the erection plan or quadrant reference of our build. Now, we start at 4 and then we work down to 1. Each tile or section will have the crane put on the northern side. So we start with section 3 to build section 4. Now the crane in section 3 will be on the northern part of that said section. We'll be communicating with the foundation crew on when they are going to get done, since we have to wait before, that way we don't wreck any of their plans. And so we're going to start from 4, but the first crane will be in 3, and then we go to 3, which would move the crane to 2, and then we go to 2, which would move the crane to 1. We will be avoiding the stem wall and leaving towards the west, not to disrupt that stem wall on the south side of the building. Next up, I'm handing this over to the scheduling.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Matt. Hello, my name is Noah Thomas, and I will be discussing with you the scheduling portion of this contract. As you can see below, we have our milestones, with project start beginning March 1st of 2021, mobilization beginning March 12th of 2021, and substantial completion of scope of work on April 20th, 2021. As you can see, we also have the final scope of work completion for Super Steel Studs, scheduled for May 4th, 2021. Next, we will move on to the Gantt chart, and as you can see, our milestone is set with project start at March 1st of 2021. We have our preparation of shop drawings as well as the preparation of our submittals beginning simultaneously, as well as the approval of those items simultaneously as well. Once those have been finished, we will move on to construction mobilization beginning on March 12th of 2021. While mobilization is occurring, we will also be procuring materials for steel joist framing, steel decking, as well as metal fabrications. We will then begin to erect the crane and stockpile of materials in the laydown areas. We will then move on to level 2 and roof framing. Beginning with quadrant 4, we will erect our LH series long span steel joists. We will erect the K series steel joists. We will erect composite floor deck and install miscellaneous metal fabrications simultaneously for each individual quadrant, as described by Matthew in the previous slides. Once we have constructed individual quadrants 1 through 4, we will then have moved on to substantial completion, which is scheduled for April 20th of 2021. After substantial completion of scope of work, we will begin our closeout phase, which consists of cleanup, punch list, O&M turnovers, and finally, the final scope of work completion, which is scheduled for May 4th, 2021.